Okay. Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining me today. If you haven't seen me already, my name is Sahra, and I'm from Mindscape Psychology in Leichhardt in Sydney. And today we have Paddy Gartrell, who is our mental health social worker, who works with us at our practice in Leichhardt on Saturdays. So thank you so much for joining us, Paddy.
Pleasure. How you going?
Awesome. I'm doing really, really great. I'm super curious about the Mankind group, which is something that you've initiated here at Mindscape Psychology. I want to hear a little bit first about yourself and the kinds of clients that you enjoy working with, the kinds of presentations or the types of clients that you really enjoy. Yeah, so tell us about that.
Yeah, so I guess I kind of like working with anybody, but primarily I think being my gender and my age kind of lends me to working with young men particularly. And I think that's good because obviously it gives me an idea of what might be going on for them from a personal kind of perspective. I think I like working with young men, particularly because some of the work we can do isn't around their individual kind of self, but also some of the broader societal things that might be contributing to them coming.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I guess the way I work is trying to be as kind of human as possible and kind of just acknowledging that it's a really normal, universal experience we all have, and we're just kind of come meeting together and figuring out a way to navigate it in that kind of setting.
Awesome. I think I might have just lost you there at the end, but that's okay. So, all right, cool. So what kinds of issues come up pretty regularly for you working with that kind of client group?
Yeah, so I think a lot of the time people will come kind of maybe with some issues in and around anger or some of the relationships they might be having with people. And often that kind of seems to be as a result of maybe, and it's really normal, I think, but as a result of having difficulty understanding their emotional experiences.
Yes.
Some of the work is basically just trying to reestablish that connection to feeling and emotion and understanding how we might look to resolve it in a perhaps more constructive way.
Awesome. So tell us why you were really excited about running the Mankind group. I feel like this is, it's a new project for us. It's a new group for us at Mindscape. Tell us what excited you about it.
I think, it's been something that I've identified over a number of years that these kind of issues are affecting a lot of men and has obviously been quite popularized in kind of general kind of dialogue and conversation around dinner tables everywhere at the moment. I think, what excites me is the fact that, some of the work we can do might help people on a kind of individual setting, but also may trickle on into a broader community sense. So I guess that's the social worker in me wanting to kind of affect all the different levels of society as well.
I love that. That sounds really great. It kind of is, you're helping people identify issues within themselves, within their relationships, and then going to take those conversations away and have those conversations with people who are close to them. So that sounds really awesome. Cool. So what kinds of things can participants look forward to doing and maybe taking away from the Mankind group?
Yeah, so I guess it's going to be run over 3 weeks, each week having a kind of different topic, but we'll be focusing on kind of understanding emotion and our own identity, anger, relationships, body image, self-esteem, all the things that kind of make us up and may impact the way we kind of engage in the people who are important to us, and also kind of meaning-making activities and all the kind of valuable things we want to be doing. So it's kind of just looking at that kind of broad stuff that kind of makes up a person.
That sounds excellent. So, I mean, those sorts of topics are fairly common topics that I also find with my client group. And I think I probably tend to work with more women than men in the clients that I see. But things like body image and self-esteem, these are sorts of things that are often seen to be more, I guess, women's issues than men's issues. Tell us why these sorts of topics are really important to cover for the guys.
I guess it's for that exact reason. It's kind of the way that society genders emotion and kind of feelings is what's kind of contributing to perhaps the impact that some people or some men may be experiencing around their self-esteem and how they view themselves and their own identity. And I guess what the group is aiming to do is just to draw a bit of awareness to that, so we can kind of expand the way we express and also understand ourselves.
Awesome. I'm really excited for you to be running this group with us, and I really hope that the participants get a lot out of it. If there's one thing that you think would be, I guess, the main thing you'd like them to leave the 3 groups with, what might that be?
I guess, yeah, I mean, big question. But
I like the big questions.
Yeah. I think it would probably just be understanding themselves a little bit better, and perhaps what contributes to their own kind of concept, and then maybe hopefully leaving there with a bit more freedom to express and engage in things that they want to be doing. Yeah.
Awesome. So thank you so much, Paddy, for being able to chat with us today and for getting in front of the Mindscape audience and sharing with them a little bit about yourself and what your interests are, and also about this group. So you guys, if you're interested in this group, it starts in the beginning of March. It's 3 Thursdays, 3 Thursday evenings in March. Paddy will be facilitating that group, and I'll be hanging out and helping out with the group as well. So if you're interested, send us an email. Also find us on Facebook. You can also see this video on YouTube. And if you haven't signed up to our newsletter yet, definitely sign up to that. So again, thank you, Paddy, for joining us. And we're looking forward to it.
Great. See you then.